Well, that's why you're tech and not sports. Uh, Now, actually, and I'll tell you why we brought Will on. Being tech, he did before the break mentioned that he had something to do with sports. Um, with this whole technical privacy invasion, and the San Antonio Spurs are playing the Miami Heat in the NBA championship finals, and right now the Spurs are up 2 games to 1 over the Heat. And but what happened in Game 3, or before the ball was even tossed up for the uh, for the tip, uh, that's what's causing a lot of controversy now. And Will is going to be talking about that.
Yes. What's going on right now is there's a lot of negative feedback towards the individual who sang the national anthem at the game. His name is Oscar de la Cruz, I believe. He is an 11-year-old mariachi singer, born and raised in San Antonio. He's a U.S. citizen,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been on tour with his large band for quite some time.
Yeah, mariachi is normally a large band.
Yeah, well, he was on America's Got Talent 2 years last year, I believe, and he made it into the top 16 uh, using his mariachi sound.
Mm-hmm.
He did really well for himself. The only reason that he got knocked out was because he tried to do a regular American song.
Okay.
He deviated from what he was really good at.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, he really, he goes into his cultural heritage. He wears the mariachi outfit, which a lot of people confuse with a bullfighter outfit. And he's very proud of where his heritage comes from.
Mm-hmm.
As anyone who goes to St. Patrick and gets drunk, I'm
Yeah.
Irish, So here he is, he's singing the national anthem. I can understand if he sang it in Spanish.
Right.
He sang it in English. The only reason he wore a mariachi outfit was because he's a mariachi singer.
Right.
If Britney Spears went up to sing it, I don't expect her to be in a tuxedo.
No, me
I
either.
expect her to be in something really, really bad for her to be in.
Yes.
Um,
Keep it PG.
yeah. So, just a bottle of beer. He comes out there, he sings the national anthem exceedingly well. They said it was one of the best, renditions they've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
And for an 11-year-old, that's really good,
Mm-hmm.
to be rated up there with people like Barbra Streisand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Within minutes of even walking out on stage, things on Twitter were going up going, why do they have a Mexican singing the national anthem?
Right.
This is America, and he's obviously from below
Yeah.
down the South. And it's like, all these people, with the advent of this communication network,
Mm-hmm.
it allows people to really stick their foot so far in their mouth.
Yeah.
They're not intentionally racist.
Right.
They're just stupid.
Yes.
They think what they're putting up there is just going to be a joke for their friends.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it gets retweeted, it gets reposted, it gets shared.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden, what was an innocent little offhand comment, I've been guilty of it before. So, when I drive by and go, pull your pants up. You look like a
Yeah. Yep.
a dumbass. FCC is going to fine us for that.
No, we're on the internet. We're not covered by FCC.
But yeah, I've been guilty of a little bit of hesitant. But the moment you post it out online, it's no longer yours. It
Right.
belongs to the internet, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to spread like wildfire, especially if it's something really stupid.
Right.
We all see these pictures of people on Facebook that get shared. Irma Gerd.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? The picture of Beyonce
Mm-hmm.
that she keeps trying to get pulled down, and unfortunately, it's out there. There's no stopping it.
Mm-hmm.
She was at like the Video Music Awards or Super Bowl, whatever it was, and she's got this like road warrior, like muscular look, like "Arr."
Yeah.
It's out there.
Right.
The best thing you do at that point, own it.
Mm-hmm.
Say yes, I get that. That was me, and I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be trying to quell it, because the more you push on it, the more we're gonna repost it, because we think it's funny that you're pushing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So all this craziness going on about Oscar de la Cruz singing the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
He's an American citizen.
Yep.
He sung it in school.
Yeah.
He's saying it in English, and he's saying it well. What are people upset about? His skin color? You know, would you say the same thing if Usher sang it? Because he's black.
Yeah.
Would you be like,
Or would you say the same thing if Jennifer Lopez sang it? She's Dominican.
Yeah, well, they'd probably still say she's Mexican. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like
Yeah.
it's commonly accepted now that, you know, black, African American, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It's American, born and raised. Your skin color does not matter. This is not 1960.
Right.
And unfortunately, for some people, they get that knee-jerk reaction. They gotta go out there, and it's so quick to fire it off, and it's impossible to take it back.
Exactly.
Foot and mouth.
Because you could, even though you could delete tweets, if somebody catches it and retweets it, it's still there.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember the craziness that happened with Anthony Weiner?
Yes. Wienergate.
Yeah, Weinergate. Over what? Sexting?
Yeah, I know.
You know, it...
Maybe morally wrong, but
Well, yeah,
unless he was texting to somebody under the age of 16.
No. He was married.
Right.
So he was cheating.
Right.
I get
so
that.
that's
I
morally
get that.
wrong. Right.
It's morally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you're religious, yes, there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
It's not really illegal
Right.
because there was no physical act done. It's stupid.
And he wasn't sending it to somebody under the age of 18.
Yeah, you know, that there wasn't a crime being committed.
Right.
What it was is that, again, stepping back to a position of power,
Yep.
he's supposed to be a paragon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's supposed to be above,
Reproach,
you know, the
yeah.
common person is standing as a, you know, something that's virtuous that we should, you know, achieve for. And what happened to him was easily something that could happen to anybody.
Right.
You know, I think it was just a matter of he accidentally sent the tweet, you know, he tweeted it out.
Yeah.
And the privacy setting was wrong. You know, instead of clicking share to just this person, instead I went public.
Right.
And, you know, that situation rapidly went out of control. You know, all of a sudden now he's getting news networks shaming him, Comedy Central's blasting him.
Yep.
You know, and all this, they're focusing less on the fact that he was caught sexting and more on the fact that his name is Weiner.
Yeah.
They're turning a simple oops into dick and fart jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, are you kidding me? Let's focus less on the fact that he's named Anthony Weiner and Weinergate. You know, and more on the fact that maybe we need to look at some of these privacy settings.
Yeah.
You know, I know if I click share to my fiance through Facebook, and then I go to post something public, it only shares it to her. And it takes me like 5 or 6 posts to realize this. You know, it's not until she posts out, honey, that's only to me. Nobody else is seeing that. And I'm like, ah, man, I meant to tell everybody to watch SportsWire tonight. And instead I just told her. You know, some of these privacy settings need to be revisited. I mean, it's a little difficult to get them working right, and accidents happen.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Anthony Weiner is just a man like anybody else. He made a mistake. Move on.
Yeah.
Why does it concern us what he's doing with his phone?
It doesn't.
You know, does it affect his ability to make laws? No.
Well, it's the same thing that happened with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. You know, going back, it wasn't tweeted out because it was before Twitter came out.
No, but there was
But it
an
was
actual physical act there.
There was a physical act. It was immoral, but at the same time.
And it wasn't done on his phone. It was done in the White House.
Right.
You know, there's the fact of the matter, she had to be able to get in there. Somebody knew she was in there. There's a lot of people involved in that. It's a little different than texting your mistress or,
Yeah, true.
you know, if, like, and even Bill Clinton, squeaky Bill Clinton was able to kind of get out of that
Yeah.
because he didn't have a dick and fart joke associated with his name.
Right. No.
You know, if Bush had that happen to him,
Or, I mean, even Slick Willie. I mean, he has been called that before.
yeah. But for the same reason.
Right.
You know, all he does is he plays that jazz on that saxophone. And you totally forgive everything that he's done.
Yeah.
And then you remember Hillary, and you realize that someone should be wearing a dress, and it's not Hillary.
All right.